Cześć, tu Błażej Kanclerz, portal gitarowy.pl. Witamy na stoisku Egnater na Musikmesse 2013. Sprawdzamy, co nowego dla nas przygotowali. Hi.
Hello, I'm Gustavo. I'm from Egnater. We're here at the Messe show in Germany, and we have some very cool new products to show you. This year in the Messe show, we're showing the Detroit, which is this amp over here. We make a Detroit 40 watt and a Detroit 18 watt. It's called Detroit because Bruce is from Detroit, and so we're sort of calling it Detroit just to make it more Bruce, if you want to call that. And the great thing about this amp is, first, it's going to be built in the U.S., completely in the U.S. Obviously, it's called Detroit. You got to build it in the U.S. But also, it has almost everything that Bruce innovates on other amps. This is sort of like an amp that takes everything, all the other features from different amps, and puts everything in it. Right off the bat, you can see that it's got two channels. We have an overdrive channel and a clean channel. You heard the overdrive channel, which is... So this channel is allows you to do all that high gain stuff, and it's got this harder edge distortion compared to other products that we made in the past. Then on this amp, you got the two channels, clean channel. This is what a clean channel sounds like. Let's put some. So that's a clean channel on the clean channel on the Detroit. It's got reverb also. So it's very full of features. And then, talking about features on this amp, you can see that the amp will do either 5 watts, 40 watts, or 20 watts. So that's one of the features we had on other amps, like the Rebel 20 and the 30, where we would allow the player to use it, change the wattage, you know, and if you're playing at home, you can do that. But in addition to that, we have a stage and home switch. So if you're playing out live, you're out playing, you have it on stage, and you know it's loud. But let's say you go home and you want to play home and very, very low volume. You flick the switch to home, and now the taper on the pot changes so that it's not either too loud or too low volume. So you see changes, so you can fine-tune the volume, and you can still have great tone with a low volume setting. So that's the stage and home switch. Very cool stuff. And then on the back, I'll show you some of the stuff on the back where the amp really shines on features. I don't know if you can see it from there, but what you can see in the back is really, this is where this amp really shines and has all the cool stuff. Always effects loop. We put effects loop on all our products with a line level or instrument level, depending if you got a low volume pedal. So it's got a switch for that. It's got a record out, like the Rebel 30 and our Renegade and our Vengeance. Now this one is different because the record out, it's silent record too, but it's got 5 different cabinets. 112, 212 open, so it's got different selections of cabinets that you can use with silent record out. One of the great things that Bruce does on the products is that his silent record out is always from the power tube section. So what that allows you to do is have that magic of the power tubes in your record out signal, where other companies don't do it from the power tube section. So silent record, like I said, record out. It's got a headphone level, has an MP3 input. So if you want to play along with, so you can plug in your MP3 input, have it on silent, put headphones on, and you can play without the speaker. So it has the power scaling that we've done in the past. It's got the record out, silent record out that we've done in the past. It has all the features pretty much that we've done on other amps. This one has it. So Detroit 40 and the Detroit 18. Okay.
Okay.
Other products we're showing this year are pedals, and we have two different pedals. One is the Overdose, and the other one's the Holy Driver. Holy Driver is more of a distortion, higher gain pedal. And if you see, it's a 2-button pedal, right? This turns on and off, but it's got a mid section that you can use it to scoop out the mids or have mids, or add mids to it, and you have its own switch to turn it on and off. You have a level and the amount of mid. It's got level, it's got the amount of distortion, but then it also has a tight switch, and it's got a noise gate too. So if you're in that higher gain stuff, and once you add a lot of gain, sometimes it gets noisy, so you have a noise gate for it. So that's without it, nothing on. And now we go, and we turn it on. It's got a low knob, high knob. Let's put some beef in it, and so it does those high gain sounds. It's got a noise gate, tight switch, but if you turn on the mids, you can use the mids to even tailor more the sound and do this. It lets you have those very metal type aggressive sounds.
Yeah, it's heavier than that.
And now if you turn it off. So that's the Holy Driver. This was shipped in July, and it's 180 euros. So that's Holy Driver, and then this is the Overdose. The Overdose is very unique because it has something that no other pedal has it. It's a distortion and boost, but it's got a patch, so you can separate the pedals. Let's say you want to put your boost on your effects loop and your distortion in front of the amp. You can do that with this pedal. Many other manufacturers combine pedals, but you get limited because you can't separate them. You know, you're stuck to two pedals in a box, where in this one, they're completely independent, or you can use them together. Let me show you how it sounds. Thank you. Okay, here we go. Tone knob, high and lows, tight switch. So that's this section. Then you have the other section, which is the boost section. You can have a clean boost, like this. That's just a clean boost. Or you can add drive to it too. So not only is it overdrive, it's a boost, but the boost has a drive selection, tight switch, and then one of the also cool features besides the patch, you see the path knob. You can go overdrive to boost or boost to overdrive.
That's good.
And that's also 180 euros, and it'll be shipping in June. And that's it for new products at the Messe show from Egnater. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Gustavo.
Thanks.